Wednesdays is usually our time to sit down with members of Common Ground.
Common Ground is a group of farm women working to get a positive message out to consumers about agriculture. So joining us now with more on that is Dawn Caldwell, and thank you for being here today, Dawn.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet.
So first of all, tell us about your involvement in agriculture and where you are from.
Sure. My family, so I have a husband and 2 kids. We live in Clay County, Nebraska. So I would like to say that's central, but it probably truly falls a little bit eastern. And then we ranch and farm in north central Kansas. And so we have a cow-calf herd. And then we have some dryland crop ground or non-irrigated, and where our crops are, we really need Brad to bring that rain.
Yeah,
I know it.
you're hoping he was magical.
If he
right?
could, that would be really great. Yeah. So wheat, corn, soybeans, alfalfa, hay, as well as the pastures for the cows. And I've had cows my whole entire life from the day I was born.
That's what I was wondering.
Wow.
You've always been around farming.
Yeah, I've never been around anything else. And my siblings and I, all 4 of us have careers in agriculture. Have my sister and I married, men who are farmers and ranchers, and my brothers are still very involved. And so it's what our family does. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to talk briefly about antibiotic use.
Yes.
And it seems like consumers now more than ever are worried about where their food comes from. And they might hear about antibiotics being used in livestock. Should consumers be concerned about that?
First of all, I would say, because I know how we're regulated, no, they shouldn't be concerned, but I understand why they are. The media has had it on the forefront, but the reason is we've recently had some new regulations put in place, and I can tell you that those of us in farming and ranching have been working for some time now to be better. And knowing how my grandpa farmed and how his parents farmed, we've gotten better and better and better, but sometimes more isn't better. And so we've realized that with some of the medicines that we use and some of the practices. So we have, from 2009 to 13, decreased antibiotic use in livestock in the United States by 50%. That's pretty significant. That means we've overcome a lot of health challenges in the livestock by using other better practices. And so our goal now is through 2015 to decrease that another 20%. Now, does that solve everything? I wish it did. But we're still going to have sick animals, and sadly we're still going to have sick humans. And so our goal would be to continue to work toward never using it, and this is something that we have in place starting here March 1st. Closer relationships with veterinarians for all antibiotic use in livestock. No more labeling in fed-through antibiotics for production. So it's only for therapeutic use, or when the animals genuinely are sick or we need to prevent an illness, then we may use those products. Absolutely. So, as farmers and ranchers, though, 1, antibiotics are very expensive. 2, that's documentation, it's different feeding practices, making sure that we're putting the right amount in at the right times, making chores a little bit more challenging on certain days, and then making sure that we follow through with what we call withdrawal times. So if we do have to treat an animal, and we certainly want to, we don't want to put an animal on the market that has recently been sick. That would be terrible meat for someone to eat. So we want very healthy meat going to the market. But we have to acknowledge that if we treat them, then there's a certain number of days with each product before we can take them to the processing plant.
Okay. Dawn, we are out of time. We could keep going with this.
I know, this is
It's a good topic.
Yeah,
it's a good topic.
We'll have to
So
do more on this
final thing, no, don't worry. Our meat here is very, very, very safe.
Okay. Thank you, Dawn.
Thanks, Dawn.